Hello everyone, Baron here. So Christmas has come and gone and the New Year's coming up soon. So I was thinking about some things to talk about before that. With the new year comes New Year's resolutions, an interesting habit where we make goals to help us better ourselves in the next year. Things like saving money, eating healthier, working out more, etc. Oddly though, a lot of people don't seem to keep up with these that often. Why is this? The usual goals end up sounding very vague, so usually no details are planned to actually accomplish them. That and the time frame usually seems indeterminate, like is it supposed to be for a year, life? I find it odd because the way as I see it, any day is as good as the next to make a change, and people usually come up with these resolutions during December. I don't really see a person thinking up something in August and saying, well, it's almost the end of the year, so I'll just wait until then. There's really nothing special about January 1st either, other than it's the day that we change our calendars. There's nothing bad about New Year's resolutions, but for me, if every week I tell myself I'll do my homework before Saturday and then I don't think the first of the year is going to do anything additional to persuade me. But if you are trying to make a positive change in your life, then good on you, because I do believe that every day we should try to better ourselves, even if only a little. Getting into another thing, I see a number of times where people tend to look at someone else and what they have achieved and then compare themselves to them, especially if that person is younger, like 20 or even 18. As competitive as life can be, this isn't a race, or at least don't view it like one. It's never good to measure yourself by what others have done. Some look at pro players, streamers, content creators, and see how much they have completed, and some of them who have done this even before the age of like 16. My suggestion, don't be so bothered by it. I'll tell you something. I am 25, only big thing I ever did was join the military. Not wanting to sound like it isn't something, but what else have I done? I didn't start college until about a year ago. My channel is mostly Baron, and I started it on December 25th, 2013, and only just now am I actually doing anything on a semi-regular basis. By the way, I do want to say that my channel is now officially 3 years old. Woohoo! But really, when I was 16, I didn't really have any developed skills I felt were any good, and by that point, things like Facebook and YouTube weren't as large, and streaming and competitive gaming wasn't a huge thing either, and wouldn't be for a while. What I'm getting at is that all the opportunities that some people have today are far more than what some of us had growing up. Just remember, even small things can be accomplishments, because you are still always growing, and the human race isn't a marathon to the finish. It's never too late to do something, and there's no checkered flag. Okay, well there is a checkered flag, but we aren't exactly running towards it because you know it's death. On to less morbid things, I wanted to say something about what I'll be doing in 2016. I would like to be doing better at some hobbies like art and voice acting than learn new skills, but I just can't say I want to do it because otherwise I won't do it. So I'm going to be working more on this channel in hopes that I can use it as a means to be more productive. I don't have a focus just yet, but that's okay because I do think that it's more important just to get started. I'm not even going to promise any specific kind of content or release a time schedule because I'm not even sure what I can do at this time. I've seen some creators try to be consistent and then they disappear and then they're like, I'm back, and then disappear about a month later, or a year. I'm not going to say I'm going to try anything, I'm just going to do it or not. For my own sake, I'm going to try my best attempt to get one well-edited video out per month, and in between try to find other things to do and see where that takes me. Also, I'll try to keep any short videos to be about 5 to 8 minutes and longer videos from 10 to like 15 minutes, although that will be determinate depending upon, well, reasons. Also, I plan to stream more, about 3 times a week, with one being on the weekend, and do it around 1 p.m. because for some reason that's the one time that I've been fighting with for like months. All of this, of course, will be dependent on school, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Before I go, I also want to start getting into doing end cards. Since I didn't have any time to actually prepare anything just yet, I'll just do something right now. I'm not going to ask for a subscription, but I'm going to recommend some things. Now, in my videos, I don't have much to go back to yet, but instead some things that others did that I found were worth the time. The first is a game, and there are actually two. One is called Metal Gear Solid, and its sequel, Metal Gear Solid 2: The Ghosts of Christmas Past. Just as it sounds, they are both Christmas-themed Metal Gear Solid games with amazing pixel art, music, and they parody the hell out of the game. And they're fun. Even if you haven't played a Metal Gear Solid game, they do hold up, and honestly, they're one of the few fan-created games I enjoyed a lot. I'll provide a link in the description. The next is a movie, the original Die Hard. If you aren't a fan of the series, or of Bruce Willis, or you just don't like action movies, I still think it's something worth the watch. It's not as over the top as some action movies today, and is well paced and has a charm you just don't see in films anymore. It also features Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony throughout the film. It's just beautiful. Unfortunately, due to time, nothing I said could really do any of this justice, so please do check them out. And thank you everyone for watching. Thanks to all those who have subscribed. I'll see you in 2016. Baron out.